When traveling, you could stay at another boring hotel. Or you could stay here. Now, everyday people are transforming their homes and renting them out to total strangers, offering travelers unique and creative places to stay. The short-term rental trend is global, and despite some criticism, it's here to stay. I renovate and flip houses for a living. Creativity is in my bones, and my job depends on me thinking outside the box. You know that feeling you get when you stumble across a hidden gem? Walking down an urban alleyway and seeing a super cool secret store, restaurant, or home? On this episode, I'm going to take a look at 3 properties that you would never know are there. The first place is a neighborhood gem hidden inside a reimagined historic carriage house.
Our motto is your home away from home.
Next is a garden hideaway with a surprising splash of color and an entrance that shines.
This place feels like a little jewel box, like you're opening a present.
The final property is a secluded loft above a residential garage that's been decorated from dumpster diving.
This was going to the garbage at one point. I saved it from its death,
Okay.
and I brought it here.
As more people are ditching the traditional 2-week annual vacation and taking more frequent, shorter getaways, city breaks are gaining in popularity. And with over 4 million short-term rentals across the globe, there's plenty of choice in any urban center. But the thrill of discovering a secret spot and staying off the radar makes for a special kind of getaway.
People love a hidden space. They love that thing that you can't see from the street. You know, it's sort of like the speakeasy of vacation rentals, you know? Like, I can't believe that was, in that house or behind that wall.
City living is expensive. Clever homeowners are repurposing unused spaces to create unique and unexpected rentals for guests. Whether it's a luxury backyard building or a sweet secret walkout, hidden short-term rentals are in high demand. As a property developer, transforming spaces is what I'm all about. The guys that own this property have converted their backyard carriage house into a short-term rental. At 85% occupancy year-round, they're hitting all their targets. I want to know what their formula for success is. This carriage house was built in the late 1880s and is hidden in Louis Philippe and Tyrone's backyard.
In the 19th century, that would have been where the horses were. And all of the mess and the smells would have made this not a particularly pleasant place to live. But in fact, people did live back there, even if it wasn't the most comfortable.
One door leads to the garage, and the second reveals a surprising apartment. The carriage house can be accessed from the laneway or the back patio.
Good morning.
Hey, Louis Philippe, tell me about this chandelier. It's gorgeous.
Well, thank you. When we renovated the place, we replaced the furnace, and these are the old pipes. And we even kept this service tag from 1994.
And I can't believe you made this yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Are there other elements in the house that you've kind of made yourself? You've injected your own sort of handmade personality?
There's a lot of touches that are very personal all around the property.
Tell me a little bit about how your guests find the space.
Well, when they arrive, we meet them on the side, and then they come through this sort of darkened alley. And then what's nice is when they do get into the backyard, it sort of just opens up.
Yeah, it's definitely very unexpected, and I think that that's one of its charms. When you purchased the house, the carriage house was already here, but it looked quite different. Is that right?
Yes, we had a tenant at the time, and when she left after 7, 8 years, we modernized everything. New kitchen, new bathroom, new floors.
And I could tell, from the minute I walked in, I could see there was some substance here and some real quality. Are you happy you made the transition to short-term rental?
Oh, yes. I mean, there's a lot of benefits. We meet great people from around the world. We often sit down with our guests. We have a little glass of wine. We haven't looked back since we did it.
It's amazing. As I look around the space, I can see elements of things from around the world. Like there seems to be a really great salt collection and oils and coffee. Do you travel a lot?
I travel a lot for my job. Wherever I travel, I constantly am thinking, what can I bring back for the guest house?
Yeah, so you've really thought about how people are going to interact with the space and make sure they've got everything they need.
And that's why we offer them a bottle of wine, some sweets, sometimes it's bread. We have a collection of teas and coffees and hot chocolates and all of that, and pots and pans. Everything's equipped.
Simple touches are a great addition, and they're usually very cost-effective. You can add in, a bottle of wine, nice soaps, some nice things in the kitchen. They're not gonna get used very often, but surprise and delight guests right when they walk into the house. It is a really easy way to start their trip in a great fashion.
Our motto is your home away from home.
I really like what you've done down here, and now I'm excited to get upstairs. So
let's go.
Come on, let's have a look.
Let's go. There you go.
Oh, wow. Look at this space. I can see everywhere I turn that there are personal touches. My eye's drawn to these really lovely coasters here, which are, again, a kind of nod to the area that we're in.
This is a photograph of the
your
street corner. Yes, I took the photograph, and I actually made the coasters.
Wow. And this piece is one of the things that I'm absolutely in love with.
Thank you.
Tell me about this.
Well, this piece is the same artist who made the bed and the end tables, and this is our stash of, movies.
So you have it all covered. Is that a medical bag in the corner there?
One of the things that we wanted to do is give our guests anything for stomach aches and little boo-boos, and it's all in here. And I was at this little shop, and I saw an old medical bag, and I figured what's better than
It's great. It's such a kind of a historical kind of nod once again.
Yeah, sure.
I can't not talk about this bed, which looks super cozy. It's very inviting.
This is a custom-made bed. And we have a beautiful mattress, then we have a gel topper to make it very comfortable. We iron the sheets. This is a nice blanket from Ecuador. And that changes also. Now we have the winter cushions, but in the spring we'll have completely custom-made cushions, more in the summer, different ones in the fall.
One of the other things I really love here is you seem to have spent a lot of attention in the washroom. There's gorgeous fixtures and gorgeous finish. That tile is impeccable.
Washrooms are supposed to be serene and spa-like. We have creams from France, Ecuador, Brazil. And so the whole idea is, you're in your home here.
You've given them the kind of the comforts of a hotel, but it's better because they have extra amenities and extra luxurious items, and then all of your handmade touches, I think, make this place really special. Having this short-term rental, has that sort of impacted and changed your lives in any significant way?
Tyrone left his job, and it's become quite a full-time job. And, what's really nice is we've been together for 32 years, if you can believe it. And it's nice that so late in our relationship, we still find a way of connecting with each other by doing this thing, this guest house, which is very much our own project.
I think that's really lovely. I really love this space and could totally see myself spending time here.
Your home away from home.
Oh, well, thank you for showing me around. What I love is that this is hidden from the street. You would never know it was here. And then you walk down the alleyway and you're met by this fantastic carriage house. But then you step inside and it's new and modern, very bright and very fresh. I love how the guys have decorated this space and kind of added elements of history, but also lots of new, comfortable items. I love the handmade touches especially. That chandelier, when we first walk in, is so inventive. They've paid a lot of attention to the way that their guests are going to use and experience this space. You're welcomed by some cupcakes and a bottle of wine and snacks upstairs right next to your bed. And it feels like a hotel, but better. It's almost like it's the neighborhood's best-kept secret. Short-term rentals allow people to customize their time away from home, creating a one-of-a-kind experience. And for those who dream of sleeping in a secret garden, this next space delivers with color and creativity. The idea for this next hidden space came to the owner in a dream. Penny rents out her basement as a self-contained unit, using the rental income to make the rest of her house more affordable for her to live and work in. Penny purchased this property as a live-work space. The lower unit has a hidden entrance marked by a welcoming bright green door. What great hooks! So creative. Oh my goodness, look at this tile. I'm gonna have to get a selfie with this later. This one-bedroom, one-bath basement hideaway is inspired by the childlike joy of a kaleidoscope. Penny provides welcome cupcakes in a fully stocked kitchen for a handcrafted experience. Penny,
Hey!
that tile in the entryway, it is incredible.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
And have you always decorated with such color? Like, one of the things I loved as soon as I walked in here was the energy.
I love to work with color and textiles and textures. I wouldn't say that I use this much color in my own space, but as a destination space, I think you want things that are a bit more special.
Yeah.
And so this place feels like a little jewel box, like you're opening a present.
I love the fact sometimes with short-term rentals, you can break the rules and you can kind of just follow your gut. And I love the fact that you've done that. Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to create this gorgeous space.
The inspiration really came from a dream, and I didn't realize it until after the fact, but I knew I couldn't keep renting the space out as an apartment. And when I started to develop the space, I realized that I was actually recreating the dream.
That's really, really cool. What else did you have to do when you kind of transitioned to a short-term rental?
So the very first thing you see when you walk in, that gold mosaic tile.
It's gorgeous.
I ripped all of the old tile off and put that stuff up there. I helped install the kitchen cabinetry. I painted every surface in this house. I moved a closet. I put in a workspace. My hands have been all over this.
It's nicer, but I think it can show, you know, whenever you put your sort of personal stamp on a space, and even if you're involved in the renovations, I think that it just sort of helps bring us something a little extra to the space.
When a house like this was built, the basement would have been an unattractive place. It would have been damp, it would have been dank, and if people used it for anything, it really would have been for such things as cold storage. But with the technologies that we have in our houses these days, even a basement can be made to be warm enough, dry enough, and comfortable enough to provide an adequate living space.
So what was it that drew you to the short-term rental market?
I felt like my renters were not really appreciating what was being offered here. And the opportunity to meet new people and to bring about a space that was going to bring more quality of life for me was interesting. It's more playful for me. And I also get to maintain the health of the house because I can come down here because I clean the space. I know it's clean. I know the house is healthy. It is so gratifying to have people appreciate the space. Renters didn't appreciate it quite that same way.
So do you interact quite a lot with your guests, or how are you kind of fairly hands-off?
Many guests like to just be left alone, and that makes a whole lot of sense to me. Everybody's privacy is important, mine included. But there are some times when people want to introduce me to their foods, or they just want to say thank you. And I've gone for dinner with guests. I've also had them cook for me here, which is an absolute treat.
Yeah, that's such a great way to be able to kind of interact and learn about new cultures, and you're sharing your space and they're sharing a bit of themselves as well.
Yeah.
It's a really nice exchange. It sounds to me like hosting is something you're really, really enjoying versus being a landlady.
Absolutely. I get to provide the environment that they feel taken care of in. So when they come in, the fridge is stocked. There's fresh fruit in there. There's all kinds of treats in the cupboard. So it's a little bit of, I get to be a little bit of a mum, though I'm not a mum. And then I disappear.
You've gone the extra mile to make sure that they're comfortable, right? Kind of give them a special stay. I can't help but keep looking over to this fabulous wallpaper that I can see in the bedroom at the back of the house here. Can we take a closer look?
Let's do that.
Wow, this is a great room.
Not exactly the great room, but it is a great room. It is a basement, but it might as well feel like something magical.
I mean, that's another thing I like about this space. We are in a basement, but at no time have I ever felt like we were underground.
No.
You know, you've kind of injected so much light with all the color you've used.
Yeah, it just happened that way.
What came first? Did you find the wallpaper and then build the room, or did you kind of set out to go and find some wallpaper?
I actually found the bed first. I could not get this bed out of my mind. But then I found the wallpaper, and that's what's been going on with this whole space from the beginning, is things have been pulling together and making absolute sense. So the wallpaper came together with the garden bed and this pupa sort of cocoon light that everything just kind of fell together, and even the carpet's like a spider web. So yeah, it's a magical garden experience in here.
No one's going to leave and not remember this space.
Mm-hmm. It feels like you're really in a garden and in a very safe cocoon.
It's kind of like a magical garden, really.
It's a very magical garden.
So the other space that you had to kind of do a little bit of work on when you transitioned from the long-term space into the short-term rental was the washroom.
Yeah, I had to do some work around the faucet. And when my contractor was doing what he needed to do to replace the faucet, he found that the wall behind it was rotten. So he came in to do what was a small job. I came down later in the morning, and the whole bathroom was rubble.
I think you've done a wonderful job in there. It's kind of very luxurious, simple, clean. I can see you really enjoyed renovating this space.
I did. It was a gas to do it. I loved playing with all of the color, all of the textures. To make a space that feels really different and really special was a treat.
It was a dream come true. This space has a great energy from the minute you walk in the door and you're greeted by those fantastic gold mosaic tiles. Penny's injected so much of her own personality into this space with the use of bold colors and texture. I love how from the front door I got a secret glimpse of that fabulous wallpaper. It kind of teased me into the space and then drew me right to the back of the house so I could check it out. The space offers complete privacy with its very own front door that's concealed from the street. Penny's personal touches, like the fully stocked fridge or even the cupcakes she left out for me today, make this a really inviting and special place to stay. One of the reasons this property works for me is because it's a real hidden gem. From the street, you'd never suspect that there's a beautiful boutique suite full of color, whimsy, and fun. Homeowners are creating and crafting unused spaces into rentals, giving guests the opportunity to experience neighborhoods like a local. You could choose to stay in a laneway carriage house or hide away in a secret garden of color. The next property is perfect for people who want to get lost in a totally hip vibe. This next urban hideout is an incredible use of space. It's a non-traditional unit above a residential garage, and it's great for parties, with loads of open plan space and no neighbors to hear you. Finding this place is a real challenge. Down an alleyway, tucked among a row of garages, anyone walking by wouldn't look twice at this hidden gem. This has got to be the place. Yellow door, yellow arrows, very cool. Let's check it out. Jose bought this industrial building 15 years ago. It's massive, and he uses the extra space to make some extra income through short-term rentals. This is it. Jose, what an amazing space.
Well, thank you.
This really is a well-hidden spot. It was quite the adventure to find it, but I'm glad I did because it's quite spectacular in here. How tall are these ceilings?
They're about 13 feet. Yeah.
I love that it's all still so exposed.
Yes, it's fun.
I really like the way you've done that in this space. You've struck a balance and you haven't kind of gone too over the top in making sure everything's really finished.
Yes, yes.
And it sort of adds to the kind of depth and the rawness of this space.
It's like me, I'm not completely finished. I need to have, there's a little edge here still, you know? And it's not cookie cutter by any means.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has become really easy to have generic places these days that has the same furniture and the same wall decorations that you've seen a million times before. And people typically will scroll right past that property and look for something that has a personal touch.
What made you want to sort of share this with renters?
Well, I had a child, and he's 3 years old now, and I moved in next door back to the apartment.
And was there a reason you picked the short-term rental market versus having a longer-term tenant in here?
Well, one, I can keep an eye on each unit.
Yeah, it gives you more access to the space and
more income.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that helps. Tell me a little bit more about what you had to do to get this ready for short-term rent. What were the renovations you had to do?
The bathroom was done. You know, has heated floors. It's funky. The bathroom's quite large. It's modern yet old. The sink, it was a real challenge in the sense that I had so much space to play with. I couldn't get a countertop that would fit there, so I had it custom cut. And I got the cornice from an old Victorian house.
It's a really nice handmade element.
Yes, yes.
It makes that kind of bathroom real pop and makes it feel really special.
Yes, yeah. Modern yet quirky.
Absolutely. The furniture in here is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's your approach to finding these pieces?
Collecting garbage.
Collecting garbage.
Garbage, that's right.
So literally all salvaged, reclaimed?
Yes, salvaged, reclaimed. This was going to the garbage at one point. I saved it from its death.
Okay.
And I brought it here.
So this is 600 square feet.
Yes.
So you have a lot more space on this floor.
I do.
What else is?
My apartment's next door.
I would love to take a look.
Absolutely.
Let's go. And across the hall, he rents out a room in his own home as well. Jose, wow, you've been holding out on me. Look at this space. You even have a grand piano in your entryway. Wow, this is so impressive. Tell me about that incredible fire there. Was that original to the space?
It was original. It was in a different location of the building. And I love its character. If you look at it carefully, it's got lots of charm.
That's very cool. And I love how you've got this really modern, luxurious kitchen that is surrounded by so many wonderful collector's items.
Yeah, it's surrounded by beaten-up furniture, yeah.
That you're finding all these hidden treasures and giving them a new lease on life and celebrating and sharing them with your guests. And how do you feel about sharing your own personal space with guests?
Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. I made new friends. This year we had Christmas at this table here, and it was fun because we all interact.
That's really one of the benefits of doing short-term rental versus just having tenants that you don't interact with.
No, exactly.
I mean, this table is fantastic. It's another great use of, like, industrial materials, and none of your guests are ever going to be able to break that.
No, not really. The guy that was helping me renovate wanted to throw it in the garbage, but Captain Garbage wouldn't allow it. You know, I said, let's figure out a place for it.
So how do people react to the space?
There's always different reactions, but typically people they're happy to see something different, eclectic, it's unexpected. And when you come into a place that's unexpected, you light up a little bit, so it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I completely lit up when I came into the space. Not only because there's such volume in here with these tall ceilings, but also because you have kind of set up so many different areas that draw your eye. It's fascinating, so you kind of want to come in and explore, and I think that's a really great kind of scenario for guests.
Yeah, it's a buffet of different ideas.
Oh, I love that. It is. It really is. So I would love to kind of have a little bit more of an explore. I know there's so many more things for me to see here.
There's more hidden little secrets around here.
Let's take a look. One of the things I love about this place is how hidden it is. I could walk back and forth past this place a million times and never know what incredible rental space is inside. And that's what makes these hidden spaces so much fun. Waiting inside is a phenomenal urban space full of surprising items that celebrate decades of loft living. I love that Jose has embraced the original features of this loft and enhanced them with his own repurposed furniture. If I were looking to stay in a really cool, unconventional space, this would be a great choice. I've seen 3 incredible short-term rental properties. They're all so different, but share one common theme. These homeowners have had the vision to turn unused space into a unique rental opportunity. These spaces are all hidden from plain sight, and it's been such a treat to discover and explore these fantastic properties. I've seen a lovely carriage house on 2 floors with an impressive spiral staircase and loads of personal touches. A well-curated basement apartment filled with bold color that was quirky and inviting. And 2 cool loft spaces that mix modern, industrial, and historical decor in a totally unexpected place. As a property developer, I'm fascinated by how other people approach their projects. And what I've seen here are 3 completely different properties that prove the more unique the space, the more desirable it is to the short-term rental market.